Hello, seniors. So it's capstone time, and all will be well. Honest. As you know, this week you have your green capstone form number 1 due. Many of you have already turned it in, and that's great. It is something that you can do right now, because the information on it is information you probably already know. If you look on this sheet, and you can pick these up in the office or you can download them from Canvas, you see that it starts with your name and your student ID number. Easy, you've got that. After that is your artistic focus. If you have a pathway, this is where you'd put it. If you have more than one, you have a choice. You could either go with one of the pathways that you are following, or you could do a combination of the two. Just make sure you clearly say what it is there. The next is your big idea. The big idea could be a little confusing if you aren't sure exactly what you ought to write. And so as I looked at the ones that have already been turned in, there's some really good ones. How do things like color and shape affect the way we perceive animated characters? Or what's the relationship between music and anxiety? Or how do we break down the language of comic books and use so that we can understand how format enhances the story? Things like that are awesome. And if you have something that isn't quite as polished as that, it's probably still going to be okay, because you'll be able to refine things as you move through your research. On this green capstone form number 1, those are the first 4 boxes. And the 5th box really is asking you to imagine forward months to think about when you present your artistic component, what will it look like? If you are a writer, maybe it's going to be a collection of some poems. If you are a painter, maybe it's going to be a number of pieces. If you are a dancer, maybe it's going to be a piece that you either do alone or you do with some others. But whatever that artistic focus is, we want you to come up with what you think you would like to present as the end of your project. This has nothing to do with the research. We'll get to that in a future video. But right now, we just want you to think about what it is you're going to share with the world that you love and that you are spending some time with your capstone looking at. You're going to write that down there, and eventually you're going to get your artistic focus person to sign off that that's a good idea. So that if you were writing poetry, they might say, yeah, more than 3 haiku, but fewer than 1,000 pages of epic poetry, or something along those lines. But that's down the road. We'll ask you to focus a little bit more with your artistic focus person as we get a little farther into winter. Right now, we just want you to think about, well, what is it that you might want to share? After that, you have 2 other questions, really 1. Who is your capstone ally? Again, this isn't somebody who's going to guide you through every single thing, but it's somebody who's there to support you. When you have a question, they're another set of eyes to take a look at what you're puzzled about and maybe help you with an answer. I'm here too. So know that you have a specific capstone ally, but you probably have some other adults on campus who are here to help. I'm one of them. And then we ask you to get your capstone ally's signature, just so we know that you have at least one adult you can bounce ideas off. In addition to that, like I said, I'm here. Whether it's stop by my office or email me or reach out in some way, I'm available at lunch. I want to be here to answer questions that you might have too. It's my hope to come up with a series of emails and videos and just ways to give you some information about Capstone. My hope is that every week I'll send you an email and a video that breaks down a little bit of the process. Today is just Form 1 because it's allegedly due on October 1st. Once we get those, we'll follow up with anybody we have questions about. After that, research. But that's a topic for another video. I wish you all a great week, and I look forward to reading your green Form 1s. Take care.